Hello everybody, Natalia here. Today is Saturday, March 11th, and it is time for another Write With Me episode. So, what am I working on today? I am going to try to finish up chapter 13. I have been on this chapter for a while now. I want to say I've been on it for the past week, and it's been going well, but it's incredibly long. Like, there are 3 scenes right now. Moo Moo, can you please stop? There are 3 scenes currently, and the second scene is like 3,000 words, and the next scene is probably going to be a couple thousand words as well, which is what I'm going to try to write today. I just really want to finish with this chapter and move on to chapter 14, so that's going to be my goal for today. If you didn't watch my tea time video, I am going to be participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, so I will be making videos about that, documenting my progress. I'll probably be trying to make daily vlogs. We'll see how that goes. If you have requests for Camp Nano videos, let me know down below so that I can get to work on those in the upcoming weeks. Also, if you haven't watched my tea time video, I did reveal the work in progress title of my fairy novel, which is The Song of the Dryad. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on that title, so I'm excited about that. Along with working on chapter 13 today, I'm also going to try to finish the synopsis that I had started in my tea time video. So I will be kind of working through that and letting you know my progress and kind of chatting about it along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and get into writing. It is about 9:15 right now, so I'll probably check back in around 10 o'clock and let you know how it's going. All right, bye guys. Alright, hello again. It is currently 10:15, so I've been writing for about an hour, and I wanted to update you. Also, it's really cold in here, and it was raining a little bit this morning, which is really exciting because it feels like spring, so I had to put on my little sweater to keep warm while I was writing. Alright, so I did finish chapter 13, scene 2, which is awesome. And scene 2 ended up being, let's see, 3,754 words. That might be the longest scene in my novel so far. And it was a little tricky there at the end just because it took so many days for me to write it. And it really shouldn't have, because it wasn't necessarily a difficult scene to write. It was just kind of a relaxed, slower scene, and those scenes tend to take me much longer because I'm not like typing with like crazy furious speed because I'm not super excited about the action and the drama that's going on. However, you know, even the slow scenes need to be interesting to the writer and the reader, so I am glad I'm completely done with that scene, but in the first round of revisions, I might need to come back to it and just spruce it up a little bit and make it a little bit more fun. But I am really happy with how scene 2 turned out, and now I am working on scene 3, and I have written 680 words of chapter 13, scene 3. Now, this is the scene that I want to finish today so that I can be totally done with chapter 13 and then move on to chapter 14 tomorrow. What else? I have not worked on the synopsis yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm really hungry. I just had like a small bowl of cereal this morning, and I have a really fast metabolism, so I have to eat all the time. So I'm going to go make myself a snack, and then I'm going to come back and try to finish writing the synopsis, or at least work on it. And then once I'm finished with it, or once I at least have a few more sentences of it written, I am going to share it with you. So I will catch back up with you in just a few minutes. All right, bye. Okay, people, it is 11:07. I already had my snack, and I have the first draft of the synopsis written. So it took me quite a while to write, actually. I want to say it took me like 35 minutes just to get these like 12 sentences written, but I'm decently happy with this. I'm sure that I will do some tweaking to it, especially after I hear your feedback, which I would love to get. So what I'm going to do is read it to you, and then please let me know what you think of it. You know, the synopsis is going to be what draws readers in, you know, as well as the cover, because the first thing you're going to see is the cover. Second thing you're going to do is turn the book over or open the front cover and read the synopsis. And that has to grab you if you're going to buy this book and read it. So please let me know if this synopsis makes my book sound like something you would want to pick up and buy. All right, here we go. Charlotte Barclay wants 2 things: to get through her junior year of high school as quickly and painlessly as possible, and to get accepted into the music program at the Bellini Institute, a prestigious Italian university. She grew up with a quirky grandmother who told her stories of Phooka and the Fae, but she never had reason to believe in them, until now. Charlotte's mother has gone missing, and when Charlotte finds a fairy ring in the oak forest outside her family home, she discovers the truth. Her mother has been kidnapped by the Fae, and Charlotte will have to do their bidding if she ever wants to bring her mother home. With the help of a quirky fairy creature and a charming boy with green eyes, Charlotte dives headfirst into a world as magical as it is deadly. The Fae no longer trust humans and their greedy ways, and Charlotte is put to the test when she comes head-to-head with fairy creatures whose hatred for humans is at an all-time high. The clock is ticking, fairy magic is dying, and Charlotte is the only person who can help save the forest, restore balance between the mortal and fairy realms, and bring her mother home. Alright, so that is the draft of the synopsis. I'm actually really excited with it. It took me a while to write, and I had like a bunch of different sentences everywhere and like snippets of things that I thought might sound good. So what I was doing, like a sentence would pop into my head and I would just write it down. So I did that a few different times, like just listing all these sentences, and then I took them and I put them in order and I kind of tweaked them until I had something that I thought sounded good. So let me know what you think of that. I will probably end up writing it in the description bar or something too, just so that you can look at it without having to rewind the video and listen to it a bunch of times. So I'm really glad that that draft synopsis is done. And now I'm going to have to get back into writing. So it is 11:10. I'll probably take a quick break, be back to writing in like 5 minutes, and then check back in with you around 12 o'clock, all right? All right, bye. All right, it is 12:15 and I am back. I wrote another 855 words, which puts me at 1,716 words so far, and it is only 12:15, so I feel like I am doing really good for the day so far. The scene that I am working on right now, I am feeling really good about. It is a very kind of touching scene. Charlotte is on her quest now. She has received a quest item and she is returning it to its rightful place. And as she is doing this, she is experiencing and coming to realize how important this kind of quest item is to the Fae and to all of the fairy creatures. So it's a very kind of dramatic moment as she is returning this item to where it belongs, to its rightful place, and she's slowly gaining respect from some of these fairy creatures because she is proving herself to them. She is proving herself worthy of the task that she has been given, and this is just turning out to be kind of heartfelt scene to write. So I'm having a really good time with it. I am not done with it yet, but I'm starting to get pretty antsy. I feel like I need to get up and move around because I've been at this for almost 3 hours now, I want to say, and I need to move around. I need to go and do something else, probably drink another big glass of water. So for now, I am pausing at 1,716 words. I am well into scene 3 of chapter 13, but I am not done with it yet, and I'm still hoping to finish scene 3 today if I can. So I will check back in with you after my little break, and then we'll get right back to writing. All right, bye. So to ease a bit of my antsiness, I have decided to play my violin. And I started playing violin when I was in 5th grade, and I played up until my first year of college. So I played all throughout high school. In my final year of high school, I was a first stand violinist, first stand in the first violins. So I had come incredibly far from when I first started playing. My first year in high school, I was a second violin, kind of buried back in the orchestra, and I slowly moved my way up. So I was incredibly proud of how far I had come, but when I went to college, I stopped playing because I wasn't in my high school orchestra anymore. And it has now been 4 years since I have played seriously, and I want to say it's been about, 10 months maybe since I even pulled my violin out. So I just pulled it out and I tuned it. The D string was completely loose. It was just wiggling around everywhere. So I had to really tighten that up. It's not perfectly tuned yet, so I'm going to pull out my bow and work on it a little bit more, and then I'll play a little jig for you, and we'll see how this goes. All right.
Thank you. That is enough for one day.
Hello, hey, how you doing? So it is 4 o'clock and I took a nice long break. I had a big lunch and I just relaxed for a while. I've recently started watching New Girl on Netflix and I absolutely love it. So I watched like 4 episodes of that, but now it is time to get back to writing. So I am going to write for probably about 45 minutes. I am still sitting at, what was it? Oh, I closed my calculator. I think it was like 1,700 and a few words. I don't remember the exact word count, but I'm still sitting there and I want to at least hit 2,000 words for today, but that would mean only writing 300 words in a 45-minute period. So I'm hoping to write a lot more than that. Maybe I'll even hit like 2,500 because that seems to be my average for these Write With Me days. And I'm hoping to get done with scene 3. Hopefully, my fingers are crossed. So I am going to go ahead and get to writing and then update you in 45 minutes. All right, bye. All right, it is 4:58, so it has been about an hour since I last checked in, and I just finished chapter 13. It feels so good. I have been working on this chapter for a week now. So it was a long time coming, but I'm glad it is completely finished. And I hit a new word count record for a Write With Me episode day, I believe. Yeah, I think this is the most I've ever written in one day. So in the past hour, I wrote 1,004 words, which I am really proud of. And then all together throughout the entire day, I have written 2,720 words. So I think that's putting me close to, I don't know, like 42,000, somewhere in that zone. I have not added it all up since finishing chapter 13, but I think I'm around 42,000 words. So my goal is to hit 50,000 words by the end of March, and then for Camp Nano in April, I have a goal of 20,000 words. So if I achieve that, that'll put me at 70,000 words by the end of April, and I will hopefully be almost done with Act 2 by that time. I think that's a little, I don't know, that might not be possible because I feel like Act 2 is going to be so long. There's so much I need to do, but let's just hope that I'm at least halfway done. Let's just hope I am at least halfway done with Act 2 by the end of April. So thank you guys so much for watching this next Write With Me episode. I am going to be out of town next weekend, so instead of filming on Saturday, I will probably be doing my filming on Friday. So you will get this video a little bit early. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye!